The difference between legalistic Christianity and grace Christianity. Legalistic Christianity is about external laws and keeping those external laws by self-effort, while grace Christianity is about living with a new heart within, with the want and power to obey God. Legalistic Christianity has a relationship with the law outwardly. Grace Christianity has a relationship with the Holy Spirit inwardly, which works outwardly. Where you find the lack of the Holy Spirit in Christianity, the lack of reliance on the Holy Spirit in Christianity, then there you find legalistic Christianity. You have the knowledge of what God requires, His standard, His laws, but the lack of reliance on the Holy Spirit within to actually obey God. You see, the law shows you God's requirement, but gives no power to obey it. And the law shows you the penalty, but gives no power to avoid the penalty. The legalistic Christian tries to obey God's laws by relying on self to do so. And the legalistic Christian tries to avoid the penalty of breaking God's laws by relying on self to do so. They have a fleshly fear of the penalty of disobeying God. But the grace Christian obeys God from a loving relationship with Him. By a loving relationship with God from within, by trusting the Holy Spirit within to help them live the Christian life. And by trusting the Holy Spirit within to help them live the Christian life, so they live it without the fleshly fear of the penalty of disobeying God. So they have peace and not fleshly fear. Know the difference between legalistic Christianity and grace Christianity. Make sure you're living the grace kind. The grace kind. Live from the inner for God and not from the outer. Live from the inner life of the Holy Spirit as someone in a loving relationship with God. As someone who, by the Holy Spirit, wants to obey God from within. As someone who, by the Holy Spirit, has the ability to live for God from within. Have a relationship with the Holy Spirit and not the law. Apart from the Holy Spirit. Make sure you have the right Christianity. Love the Holy Spirit. Have communion with the Holy Spirit. Rely on Him that you do not live a legalistic Christianity. Have grace Christianity, which is the true Christianity. Have grace Christianity, which is the true obedience. Have grace that is the provision of God's power to obey Him from within. Grace, which gives the want and ability to obey God from within by the Holy Spirit. So, refuse to live from legalism. Refuse to live from the outer life to live for God. Live from the inner life to live for God. Have grace Christianity. Christianity from the life of the Spirit within. Refuse legalism. Live from grace. Have grace Christianity.